Hello, I'm Henry,
And I'm Ulysses.
and this is Comics Odyssey, which is different today because we're hosting off my brand new webcam. Before we get started, I want to remind you that I have a crowdfund coming up on Kickstarter, and I think Ulysses will put the links down below. It's a 108-page superhero epic in full color. I think it's unlike any other kid comic you've seen, so I hope you all take time to check it out. And if you decide to back it, I'd be very grateful for that. Also, don't forget, Ulysses has Spirit Girl. Spirit Girl. His his third issue of Spirit Girl is out, and he's working on number 4. So I think you can get at least 2 of them for free by going through his site. Maybe all 3 of them now.
Yeah, you can get all three and for free digitally at comicsodyssey.ca. And issue 5, I'm actually rebooting the title, and it is going to be renamed Spirit Girl.
As long as you give me credit. Spirit Goyle.
Spirit Girl.
All right, so Ulysses asked me if I wanted to do anything in particular, and I've been wanting to do something about Savage Tales for a long time. This is a publication where I found, I think it was like 87, 88 when I found one. I think they were still making them brand new, and I found one on a newsstand brand new, and I read it and I was blown away. So I had to go back and went to used bookstores and stuff and found all the ones up to that. So I think I have the full run now. Anyway, this one is issue number 1. It's an it's, I call it maybe a men's adventure anthology magazine. And it's, I wish it was still being made. I wish there was something like it I could find to this day. My very first anthology I published, my own when I became an author, it was like I wanted it to be like a prose version of this. Only all the stories were by me. I didn't find anybody to collaborate with back then. But anyway, so there are some standalone stories, but it's also there are several serialized stories. And if you can see the editorial space filler there, I should talk about some of the people involved in this. So Jim Shooter was the editor-in-chief. Larry Hama was the editor, and you're going to see more of Larry Hama's fingerprints on a lot of this stuff that you will. And they had not the issue number 1, but Chuck Dixon's going to write some of the stories for them, and Archie Goodwin, John Severin, Will Junkuntz, some names you might have, Doug Murray and Michael Golden, some names that some of you might recognize. But this forward is by Larry Hama, and I'll just read it for you real briefly because it does sum up the attitude of this magazine. Here it is, the first issue ever of Savage Tales. Hope you like it, and if you don't, Sin Loy, to you and the cat that dragged you in. Larry Hama is a Vietnam veteran, so he picked up a lot of the French Vietnamese, which was still being used, when I was a young paratrooper. You won't find any
What does Loy
superhero.
mean?
Basically, up yours.
Oh, yeah, I figured, yeah.
Yeah. You won't find any superheroes in these pages. Our characters don't feel guilty about what they do. No long dissertations on philosophy either. What kind of jerk reads a comic book for philosophy? You want philosophy? Read Schopenhauer, Kierkegaard, and Proust. They wrote it good. Do you like distended, bitter diatribes on the subject of violence never solves anything? You're not going to like Savage Tales. Violence certainly does solve things. It solved Hitler, didn't it? What you get in this mag is straightforward adventure, rip-roaring action, and nifty historical stuff, with a few yachts thrown in for extra measure. The staff and I had a ball putting this book together, and we hope you have as much fun reading it. So right there, if they hadn't already grabbed me with, with the other stuff I saw in this, that right there would have made me turn the page and see, oh yeah, let's see if you can back that up.
Yeah, it's like basically, it should be signed basically to Henry Brown individually.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
I like that they figured out a way to just say, hey, this is what we're about. If you don't like it, then go read something else. We're not going to not be about this.
Yeah. And you know, also, when I look at the cover, I'm not a fan of macho chicks or girl bosses or, you know, the strong female character or anything like that. So had I not seen a later edition and read the stories in it, this cover might have made me, you know, not open it up and look at it. But because I knew something about them already, and then I read this forward, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like perfect.
I love that cover. I believed in the original when it first published. When it published in a bag, and when you opened the bag, you could hear a screaming guitar solo play.
Yeah, pretty much you could, yeah. But when you look at it, it's like, watch, they got like some kind of midget mutant strapped to the front of a motorcycle. Yeah. And like she's riding this motorcycle with like chopper handlebars, but she's shooting looks like the barrel of a M1911 with her left hand. And then the other chick has an M60, and I don't even know what she's standing on, a saddlebag or something, or a sidecar.
It looks like a sidecar and possibly the seat, maybe another sidecar. I love this airbrushing. Like, this looks like it should be on the side of someone's van.
Yeah, you're right. It should.
They're riding on a road of skulls and bones. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and check out the whatever, the hood ornament or the headlight ornament up there. This is like nose art from I don't know, from a F-22 or something, or it should be. Oh, and she's got a katana strapped to the sidecar with a claymore mine right there. This chick has a boot knife. So if you look at the details, and boy, are they good with the details, some of these artists in here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was telling you before we started in the paid subscriber section, by the way, take up comicsodyssey.substack.com. Consider taking a paid subscription. $2.50 a month. It's permanently discounted. You get extra preamble to our show. And I was talking about like how I attempted to read this 3 times, and I got so distracted by the amazing art that I ended up not reading any stories. I just looked at the art for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the very first story in this magazine, in issue number 1, is Fit to the First. It's the first story of Fit to the First, which is a unit in the 1st Cavalry Division. It's a Vietnam narrative. And what jumped out at me, because a lot of this equipment that they're wearing, we still had it. We still had this web gear, these ammo pouches, the canteens, the grenade carriers and stuff, the jungle boots. A lot of this was issued to me, so it was still in use. And so I just noticed how accurate everything is, the details on it. Look at that ammo pouch with the frag grenades on each side. And I could just go on forever. And when I think about, man, could I draw something like this? No, I wouldn't have the patience to do one panel.
Yeah. Well, Larry served in Vietnam. Larry Hama. Yeah. So if he's in this, like, he's gonna know what he's talking about.
He does, obviously, and I didn't know anything about him at the time, but he won me over with this, for the most part. And something you'll see now, the art gets real cartoony in places. I'm going to try to remember to point that out. But there is kind of like a what does Scott McCloud call that? Does he call it iconic
masking?
Masking.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
so iconic,
well, because it's a little
iconic characters versus detailed backgrounds.
And you get a little bit of both, because the platoon leader here is pretty realistic, his facial features and the RTO. They just did a fantastic job on his face. It's all black and white, so most of everything is filled in with empty space. In other words, the default is white, but you can tell it's an African American character just because they did the details on the face so well.
Yeah.
But when you look at the gear, Which is kind of, I guess we could tie it back to Tintin because he does very realistic backgrounds, but kind of
Yeah.
cartoonish characters.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh,
And,
look at this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, there's so many amazing helicopters in this book and planes. It's
Yeah.
like it's got a crazy amount of amazing helicopters.
You got the Hueys here with a little scout copter, and the Huey. Now, honestly, I got to where I could draw a Huey pretty good just out of memory, because there were still some Hueys being used when I was in, but I don't know. I could draw it so that you'd know what it was, but again, the detail here is beyond most of what I ever tried to do. And this is the story of a hero. I should probably read the opening. I get excited, Ulysses. So if you need to say something, just jump right in.
No,
I don't mean to talk over you or dominate or anything.
Don't worry about it.
But so he says, and look, there's the absence of caption boxes too. They just put the narration in a blank space in the panel. He says, I'm Roger Young, officer and gentleman, courtesy of Uncle Sugar. 6 months ago, I was in college worrying about my grades and my girl. Now I'm in the Nam worrying about the slicks getting here on time. Slicks is like slang for the choppers.
Okay.
And he goes into right here on this page at the top. What makes a hero? Hell, I don't know. I'm not here because I want to be. I got drafted just like everyone else. I'm only wearing this bar because I figured I could get out of KP that way. But I'll tell you, I knew a hero once. And this story, this introduction to Fifth to the First, is about a hero his last name is Santos. He's this guy right here. And you learn a little bit. This is why in a fairly short amount of time they give you a lot of they give you enough background details on these characters that you care about them by the time the story's over. And there's a scenario where they ambush the VC in the jungle. And here's one of the parts I referenced earlier. They get really, so these are some VC guerrillas, and they get very cartoonish here, far more cartoonish than the figures that you see in close up and medium close up.
Right.
I mean, look at the eyes there. You know that's something you'd expect to see in I don't know, Beetle Bailey or a Sad Sack cartoon. I don't know why they do that, but it is, and they're using a really light line there when they do that. Like,
I wonder if it's because like these guys, they've dehumanized them, so they're not really like look like specific people or something. I don't know.
It could be exactly that, for all I know. I wish I had a chance. I'd love to sit down and talk to these guys. If I could ever find them at the same convention or something, and just like pick their brain about what they did here. But you're going to see that a couple times. I'm sorry.
Ragtag group of individuals is such a classic American story thing. And there's this guy I like to listen to, Jonathan Pajot. You're going to hear me harp on this guy a lot on the blog eventually, but he's got such an interesting way of analyzing like the world, like the culture and narratives and stuff. He's a French Canadian. He was talking about how that ragtag group of soldiers taking on the bad guys is a uniquely it's a narrative that's uniquely post World War II, because World War II was a lot about, we learned the dark side of unity, because the bad guy was a guy who wanted everything to be uniform and under the same, you know what I mean? Like,
interesting.
Homogeneity, right?
Okay.
So he had like this one race that was correct, and we were going to unify everything, and we'll get rid of everything that doesn't fit into this one picture. So like unity became like a bad thing, right? So the good guys became a group of guys that don't fit with each other. They're all individuals, and they introduce it like this way at the beginning of this book. Just straight up first page, like, I'm this guy. This guy is a different kind of guy, and then this guy, he's kind of like a pastor or something, and you got this guy who's like from another race, and you got these two guys that are, they do drugs, and like they're all the good guys in one group. So it became, diversity became a positive thing as a response to the dark side of the unity, which was like the Third Reich stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right. No, I'm reading you 5 by 5 now. I understand what you're saying, and that's definitely true. I was initially I was thinking about the movies that were made during World War II, and in those, the trope there, it's the individual has to be straightened out and brought into line, so he becomes a member of the team, and pulls his own weight and throws in and does his part for the greater good. But like after, in the post-war years, you're right. That is, we started celebrating diversity there.
Yeah, and then now we're seeing we've played that out. So whatever we've played out now, we're seeing the dark side of that narrative, right? Where so diversity is the ultimate good. Therefore, everyone must be accounted for, and so we have to set up systems of perfect, complete accounting of every single individual, which means total surveillance and you know what I mean? Like it's, so
well, and also, I don't know if you read Animal Farm, but also
I did.
It's like some of them are more diverse than others.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, because diversity became a code term, like with all the DEI stuff down here. It became a code term for no white heterosexual men allowed.
Yes, like that Black Panther won an award for being the most diverse cast. But
actually, they're all one race and no one else is allowed. Very, very diverse, extremely diverse. Yeah.
Anyway, it's just when I saw this, I was like, because I had recently listened to Jonathan Pajot kind of talk about this, the collapse of the World War II, the post-World War II narrative, and I was like, this is neck deep in that, in that narrative, right? It's a perfect example of that cultural phenomenon we've been living through.
Actually, so it sounds very interesting, actually. So I'd like to, and of course, me, as you were talking, as you were explaining this, I'm comparing it to what I've learned in generational theory.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's how we learn. We compare notes. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, I did a little bit of a sidetrack.
No, I probably spent too much time on that. It's just it made such an impression on me. This one's an aviation adventure, and so I like those. And it's not only that, but it's a post-apocalyptic aviation adventure. So I really dig the concept here.
It's incredible. I mean, that first page where they're flying over the landscape, and you see planes. There's 3. That's one thing I've been trying to do with my art, is like always have foreground, midground, background.
Okay.
So like to have that depth, and you have like the foreground, which is like these planes in high contrast, like very, very heavy blacks, which draws your attention and puts you in the seat of those planes. But like the midground is planes flying parallel to the ground, towards which the viewer is pointed.
Yeah.
It's such a sense of vertigo and height, and then you see all the little patchwork quilt and of like farmland and stuff, and
which is what it looks like when you're up high.
Yeah.
And also what they're doing here.
I suppose being a paratrooper.
Yeah. Yeah, but something they're doing here. It's a very cinematic shot, in my opinion. Because
crazy.
if you watch movies, especially the old World War II movies or movies about the Korean War with fighter pilots, and actually I've seen this happen in real life. It is so cool the way they're flying in formation. Oh, there I am, and one will peel off. They'll wing over like that, and then dive down to attack.
Oh.
Then the next one does it. Then the next one does it, and they've approximated that. I think that's what they're doing here in this shot.
Wow, that's amazing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I
It's
love
just
those old planes.
beautiful.
Like there was a guy in my neighborhood across the street who moved away, and this was he was like an English guy, and I grew up in a French village. So, but my dad, like people didn't really know him because he wasn't in the Acadian thing, but my dad had an English dad, so he was interested in the guy, and he got to know him, and his dream was to build a plane. And
Oh, okay.
when he moved away, he gave Dad all of his plane magazines, and he had boxes of them, and I remember I would sit there in the barn where Dad stuffed him there. He wasn't going to build a plane, just looking at designs of planes, and I remember seeing a lot of them that had that wire across. I don't know what that wire is for, but
It was used a lot in these old biplanes. It was like,
okay.
because the frames were made of wood, it wasn't aluminum. It was wood with canvas stretched over
So
it.
that just turns the rudder or whatever it is in the back?
Oh, you mean this one?
The,
A lot of the
so
wires. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the wires. What do the wires do?
Like here, these are for stabilization. They're like they had to
Oh.
like. It's for structural strength because the materials weren't as strong as like later when they started using aluminum.
Oh, no, I mean like on that first page when they're pointing down there, like the wire that goes from the cockpit to like the back rudder. I don't know what
This
the
one
name
here?
is. Hang on. Which one? Yeah, that stuff.
This one, yeah. So I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what that's for.
Okay. Anyway, I remember seeing. I just got fascinated with all the different plane designs, and this reminds me of that. I love like the different designs of planes in this story.
Yeah, me too. That's a hobby I could really get into if I was somebody with a lot of money.
This wide panel page, which crescendos the guy getting shot there. It's
Yeah.
so well done.
Ain't it though? Yeah, we got. By the way, there's a guy there's a crop duster who comes out here, and I see him crop dusting on other people's property nearby me, and he is a hot dog pilot. That guy. You can know he's having all the fun in the world up there. The aerobatics he puts his plane through, which he doesn't have to do. You know, he's just doing because he's having fun in between spraying the chemicals. You know. But
My
makes
town
me
has
jealous.
an air show every summer, and I have access to the roofs of my buildings. It's not a high building, but it does give me a 360 view of them flying around the valleys. It's really fun.
You're right. This is a brilliant sequence, and I love this one here because you got this exotic locale. They're actually in Latin America is where they are, and you can the way they did the vegetation here again, and they kind of framed it so that you got the two star planes, I guess you'd call them, are framed by the environment that way.
Well, there's a third one. If you see between that, like that's framed by that branch on
On the same page?
the top third of that frame that you were pointing out.
Okay.
There's another small little plane there behind. It's just
Not
coming
that
up
one?
behind that tree. Let me see here. Yeah. The
Oh, I
first
see it. It's
panel.
right there.
Yeah, there
I
you
see
go.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reward if you spend time to really look at these panels. You get little
exactly.
rewards.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
And I love the smoke, the way he used ink wash to do that smoke. I still trying to figure out how to do that effect in ink wash.
And
So
then
good.
here's one of those things that Larry Hama said they're not going to apologize for. See the bullets going in through the fuselage and through his head and then out his goggles
Yeah.
and then ricocheting off his windshield frame.
Oh yeah, that's a good detail. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, these guys are really good at drawing.
Aren't they the
Every
Yeah.
page is a world. Every page is a world.
again here I love the contrast of the technology. I mean it's old technology, obviously it's so like 100 years old or more now. But it is technology and contrasted with this kind of primitive background.
Yeah, they did
I
a
like-
really good job in that mountain bottom right panel, where with like under that chick there.
Here?
No,
Here?
the other page,
Oh.
facing page. Yeah.
Oh, right
So
here. I guess.
Yeah. You got this big, huge peak of a mountain, but you got three small planes flying in front of it. It really
Yeah.
creates like the sense of scale.
Yeah, for sure. That shows you how. And by the way, if you've never been up, even the old World War One, biplanes, those things are a lot bigger than you assume. It's not until you get up next to them you realize how big they are. And like here, they're like tiny little toys compared to this unusually steep mountain. And this is the wreck, the guy who got shot down. And like it's already the jungle's already encroaching on his plane here. Seems like. Caramba. Oh, and they get into it with some jets. There's just so much potentially fun stuff here.
The balance of the blacks and the whites is really impressive.
They really use that to great effect here, don't they?
Yeah, and if you look at the in that page you were pointing out, the bottom two left panels, the two vertical panels there. No, the other side.
This side?
No, what you were showing, the next two panels next to it, the ones you're touching with your right hand there.
Okay.
Yeah. No. That middle panel and then the other one.
This one and this one, right?
There's three along the bottom there. Touch. Yeah, that one and then the next one.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
That one and this one.
So they're both in a cave is supposed to be, right? So the first panel there, they put the background jet black. They just put black, right?
Right.
That guy really pops out there. Then the second panel, they don't just go, okay, the cave is black. They contrast it by doing like very detailed hatchwork, so that both panels don't bleed into one another because the cameras move to a different location in the cave.
Yeah. And there's like reflections from the lanterns or something over here, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's just they put that effect there to show they're in a different part of the cave, right? So they don't just assume, okay, because if you put black and next to black like that, it's like it's gonna look like those guys are side by side to the other guys in the other panel.
I see.
They differentiate it by doing that hatchwork or whatever. That's how I see it anyway. It's
No, I think you've got a point.
So good.
It's a detail that's why I like having you look at this, because even though I'm fascinated, I'm in love with the art, you still think about it on a deeper level than I am.
Well, when I saw that, I was like, okay, because I've been doing that, like, okay, black looks cool and high contrast, so just like you just black it out. I was like, actually think about, the location and where your camera is and stuff. And it's good.
Right.
Because they're all 3 panels at the bottom there. They're all in the cave, but they all
Right.
have a different background to show they're in different, so that you're moving around the cave when you're. Anyway,
Yeah.
I might be overthinking this.
No, but I mean, as you said, if they had both been black, if they'd been both pitch black, I mean, she would have stood out. They'd have to do like a halo effect around her hair or something. But yeah, by the way they did it with the hatchwork here, they did make it obvious that you're looking at a different angle toward a different part of the cave.
Yeah.
And then here you got some hatchwork, but it's also, you see the contours of the cave.
Yeah,
Like-
the texture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every page here, like with the page with the jet that just blasts through those planes there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece, right? And it's real minimalist. Like, I guess you're looking up from the ground up, so there's not much detail behind them.
Yeah, the
which-
original art sales must be through the roof for this art.
Oh yeah, and I don't collect art, and I might, pay for like a big poster of like this, like take the dialogue and the caption and stuff out, and just this picture with the people in the background and stuff. Make an awesome poster, in my opinion, even in black and white.
Well, there's some on Comic Art Fans. You can see some of these pages actually. The one with the across the Rio Grande.
Oh, okay. Really?
You can see some of the original art pages on Comic Art Fans here.
I didn't look into that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and here's some almost Steranko psychedelic stuff on their map. But actually what those are, now you wouldn't see as much black on a topographical map, but you would see these shapes. So what we're looking at, there's a hilltop, valley, saddle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have looked at topographical maps because I have a mapping project that is coming up. So this is an interesting way of solving that.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need help with are you planning to do some orienteering or something?
No, it's for my world building. I want to build I've already
gotcha.
drawn the contours and stuff, but there's elevation, right?
Okay, yeah, that's what these are. So, like the definition of map they forced us to memorize was, it's a 2-dimensional representation of the Earth's surface. So each of these each circle, or oval is like a different elevation.
Yeah. One of my best buddies, he's a geographer by trade. So when it comes to like mapping stuff, I always give him a call and I'm like, dude, can you get on Zoom and help me with this map? And he's got so many good ideas.
Cool. And this one, you can tell. Of course, we got some sound effects here, but you can tell that something's hitting the mountain hard enough to make the cave start to crumble in on them.
And they created depth with the sound effect. I've never seen that before.
You're right, they do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah.
That's Nick Fury.
Yeah, the resemblance is pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah, especially in the next page.
Especially here where he's got the crew cut or the flat top or whatever.
Yeah. And even like, I bet you they're trying to do that because that jacket he's wearing in the first panel there. It really looks like Nick Fury.
Oh, you know what? Let me flip back to Fit to the First real quick. Because he even says, like when he's done introducing the guys in his squad, all in all, this ain't Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. No heroes here. See?
Yeah.
You got to imagine all these guys that worked at Marvel were probably well versed in the back when before Marvel, got on the superhero kick. Before it was Marvel,
Yeah.
and they did, war comics, westerns, horror, romance. And these nighttime scenes are. I love that you see half the plane silhouetted by the moon, and then you see this vegetation here where, like, up here it looks like it's illuminated by something, but down here it goes in front of the moon and it turns completely black.
The command of black and white here is, wow,
Yeah.
aspirational.
Look at this. Like, this is like a busted down palm tree or some kind of tropical tree, and you can see the layers of it.
Yeah.
That's something the average reader probably wouldn't spend even half a second, just glimpsing at it. But they took the time to do that detail.
It's, yeah, I feel like a lot of this is working off of photo reference. I don't know how you can draw a plane like that accurate and not have extensive photo reference.
You're probably right. The more I learn about the making of comics, the more I think a lot of the best art came from photo references.
Yeah.
And speaking of the black and white, the way the stark shading here is, it's almost film noirish.
Mm-hmm. This is, yeah. Man, if you can be this good at black and white, do black and white.
Yeah.
It's just the color, it just would just wash all this out.
I'm telling you, so I think if and when I finally get a chance to do my my science fiction graphic novel, it's basically an aviation adventure on a different planet in a different, in a galaxy far, far away. I don't think I want to do it in color. I think I want to do it like some of these.
Hopefully by that time I'm this good and I can draw that book.
Oh, dude, if you want to do it, heck yeah. Like, if that interests you, we should definitely do that.
Well, it interests me. I don't think I'm good enough yet.
You're getting there. I think you're getting there fast.
Okay. Well, hopefully I get there.
And plus, you got your own style. I wouldn't expect that you'd have to duplicate the style of any of these people.
Yeah, you'd be disappointed if you expected that.
Oh, but look at this, man. Avengers. This is one of those one-off stories. Okay, I mentioned they had some one-offs, and good grief, the style of it. Oh,
this one is like amazing use of screen tone, like all that gray stuff. As I understand it, I don't see how else they could have done it. Is it comes in adhesive sheets.
Oh, really?
They stick over it, and then they cut out the parts they don't want to expose the drawing again, and then they use like the blade to scratch out pieces and to leave the dots behind. And I've experimented with it, and it is tedious and difficult and hard to make look good. And these guys, whew.
Yeah, so much work went into this. And
Yeah.
Severin, I guess that's Dan Severin? John Severin, sorry. John Severin has been drawing the best tough guy action comics in the world since the days of Two-Fisted Tales. The man is a legend. What more can I say?
This guy just walks in and starts shooting people. You have no idea what's going on. He's just some guy coming in and just blasting them away.
Yeah, and then the story is told in flashback. Actually, a flashback within a flashback. Kind of. Yeah, it's a retro, so this takes place in 1955. And then it flashbacks to during the war, during World War II. And the look, they made some really good choices, I think, making it look, retro, classic. Yeah.
So good. It's got a slightly Robert Crumb look, just very slightly in the...
You think so?
In the sense, yeah, that a lot of little lines in the rendering, the way they do like the rounded contours. It's got a I feel like it's got a little piece of that. I bet you Robert Crumb like read stuff like this and learned off of these sorts of books.
Could be. And maybe they read some of him and it influenced them as well. They being John Severn, I guess. I'll have to wait. See, and this is another thing too. I didn't get to the point where I could draw a face with that looked this good. And then and I could duplicate it from panel to panel. I didn't get to that point because mine were still. There was one time when I did a Soviet general, and I took a whole lot of time and concentrated on shading and stuff, and I did make it look good, but now could I have duplicated it with the same shape of the nose and the same cheekbones and stuff every time?
So
probably
hard.
not. Yeah.
It's so difficult. That's what I'm trying to like really pay attention to this book. I don't think I got it yet, but you know, I'm getting better.
Yeah, the simplest way you could show an explosion. Well, I mean, they've been using techniques like this in comics going way back, but man, it definitely gets a point across.
Boom.
Yeah, they used the French spelling of the onomatopoeia. Apparently, it's not boom, it's boom. I guess.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. Almost Italian, actually. The action pose there.
In the water there. Oh, sorry.
No problem. Did I go
ahead.
too far?
No.
I'm just curious. To me, I look at this and I know exactly what this guy's doing. Just at a glimpse, you know what he's doing, right?
Hang on, I'm lost.
Oh, sorry.
What's the page number? I got lost here.
It is page number 34.
34. Okay, sorry, I went too far. Top left.
Top right, on the left-hand page. Right here with. Poing,
but
boing, poing. This guy right here.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was looking. Yeah. Pwing. The guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's throwing like it's like a grenade, like an explosive.
Exactly. Okay, I thought anybody could recognize it because it's done so well. It's a German-style potato masher grenade, which the Viet Cong did, or the Viet Cong did use.
I didn't know like what kind or whatever, but I knew I'd seen that kind of explosive before.
Yeah. So I could spend a lot of. Oh, okay. This is the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that water's almost black.
Feels like nighttime.
You can almost feel the mosquitoes biting you as they go across the creek.
Yeah.
There's so much good art here. I mean, you could spend a whole lot of time on it.
I know.
Just taking it in. And every issue was like this.
It's crazy.
Every
How many
issue
issues
just had
did this go?
Let's see. I've got, and I think I have the entire run. So let me see what the last one I have is. It didn't last long.
All war stories?
No. There's westerns, there's wars, there's prohibition, gangster stuff. There's, like I said, aviation adventure. There's some fantasy / historical. So I think there's only 8 issues of this made. That's the last one I have.
That's a great collection.
It's a shame because the guy who did Blood and Guts, Junkatz, something like that, he died, and from internet rumors or internet, the old bulletin boards, when I asked about it, someone said that after he died, they decided they couldn't go on with the title anymore.
This guy's no. This guy's what? This guy's name is Will Youngcunt?
I wasn't going to pronounce it that way.
What? How is that guy's name?
I believe it's
being
trolled.
We're being trolled from the grave here.
It could be, yeah. But so this is the first one of Blood and Gut, the first episode of Blood and Guts.
That's the Youngcunt guy.
Yes.
Bl- blood, a pizza, a pizza.
She wants me to get her a dad blame pizza. Now you don't know anything about the setting yet,
I know.
but
It looks like
and here you
some
get
kind
to
of like aluminum shack or something.
yeah, corrugated metal.
Yeah.
Corrugated metal, and you see the vague outline of a vehicle there, but you can't see much else. So
Mm.
it could just be, like a typical urban scene from this page here. But you flip it over here, and you're like, oh, what is this, a Hooverville? And then you think,
Yeah.
oh. And then you start
Like
gradually, as it goes on, you realize they're in a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles, I think it is.
everything's blown out. The street lamps are
Yeah.
yeah.
And we don't, so Young comes. He died before, before we knew all the backstory, how this group came together and everything. But it's really interesting because you see, Blood is this big African American with a scar across his face, and he's fairly muscular and everything. And this is his wife / girlfriend, and I'm not sure. I don't know if we ever learned about who she was or where she came from. But this is Guts, if I'm remembering right. They call him Guts. And you're going to see in, maybe not this episode, but in one of the episodes, you're going to see they show his forearm. And of course, he's a skinny old guy. And this was made in the mid to late 80s. Or this one was made in the mid 80s. But you get a glimpse of his forearm in a panel, that we haven't seen yet. And you see numbers tattooed on his forearm, and you realize this guy's a concentration camp survivor.
Ah.
So I really wish that he had lived to give the backstory on how they came together. But it's still just a really cool scenario. And then now you're going to see cinematically what they call this is cross-cutting, because they're showing him and all the fighting and stuff he has to do to survive, and they keep cutting back to, shots of part of this vehicle, and you see some shoes behind it there, and you're going to see more shots of that as he's going through this post-apocalyptic hellscape. And see, here's another one. He just heard a door slam. So they're cross-cutting like in a movie, which can be a very powerful technique to build suspense, to build tension. And then here they are again.
It's cutting in from a different scene.
Right. Yeah, cross-cutting.
Over top. Yeah.
And here you see the engine started, and you're starting to see the outline of the car. Hey, this isn't like a car from the 80s. This is going way back. This is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of it's comical, like this young boy that pulls a revolver on him. He's just like bonk on the top of his head.
Yeah.
And then here, notice this. So, does this remind you of anything from Tintin, maybe?
Yeah, there's a name for that. I always forget. Triptych.
Triptych?
Yeah, so where you got 3 panels to make up one image.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's the triptych. If it's more panels, they call it polyptych.
Huh, okay. I'm probably going to forget that, but it's interesting that it has a name. I need to remember it so that I can use the right word when I run into it.
Yeah, triptych.
You're getting more and more details about the car now. So, I'm sorry, it's not a Bel Air, it's a Fairlane. So this is a Ford. But it's got white walls, which is, and yet it's got zoomy headers. This makes you think, so it's modified, it's high performance, and yet they got some real anachronistic original stuff left on it. And you see the scar, he goes around the back of his head. And these are like mutant zombies or something. I guess, radiation, turn them into mutants or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure enough, it's a Fairlane. Okay. Boy, did I remember that wrong. The overpass here, like a big chunk taken out of it.
God, guns, and guts made this country great. That's a good bumper sticker to put over a bumper sticker of Disneyland.
Yes. Agree. Yeah. In fact, I may have it tattooed on my forehead.
Oh goodness.
Probably not. At one point I might have done that. And now you see it's supercharged.
Yeah.
And it's got it's got the Yo Mama text on the front quarter panel.
Oh, I don't see that.
Right here.
Oh, Yo Mama. Oh, I have. Okay, yeah.
Like mutants coming up out of the manhole covers. They're like he's surrounded by hordes and hordes of them. And he's still pissed off that his old lady kept asking for pizza or hinting that he should go get a pizza.
Yeah.
You got to wonder, where's he going to find a pizza in this place, you know?
Yeah.
And here he's still talking. I swear, for such a skinny chick, she sure eats like a pig.
Completely surrounded by zombies there.
Yeah.
That looks
All
cool.
this riding me about my education.
Education. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of humorous, the sounds coming out of these mutant zombies too. Gloof, nick, nick, nug, herg. And he's had it. Tired of being pushed around. And now his back is to the wall. They've got him cornered. One of them's got a pistol, so one of them can think enough to know what a weapon is.
Yeah.
But we keep cutting back to the cavalry coming.
Yeah.
And they mow him down wholesale. Yeah. And he's got a 50 cal mounted on the back of the shoebox Ford. When you gonna learn to take the car?
I thought they were gonna run him over, but that's kind of a bit of a surprise that he comes out with
Yeah.
whatever kind of gun that is.
This was like off the wall and it's brutal, and it was just right up my alley.
Yeah.
And still
fun.
is. Yeah. And you mentioned Across the Rio Grande. So
Yeah.
it's a Western, and this is a one-off too. I don't think we see these characters again in another story. But it's not your typical Western. It's this army officer with some Apache scouts is on the tail of an outlaw. And like this is one of those, who did this? Don Carr did the story. There's almost no good people. Like his scouts, he can count on them. But
So
this
it's like
this guy's a
grim dark.
dirtbag, huh?
so it's a grim dark story.
It is actually. It is kind of grimdark. And this is the deserter he's looking for, and this is another one with him. And he's gonna take his man back by come hell or high water.
Do a great job with screen tones in this one too, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And again, it's got kind of a retro look, right? Like takes you back to the early 1900s or something in Mexico. It does me anyway. That's what I think of. I think it fits really well. And
I
believe it
wonder
or
why
not,
they do the panels like that, like kind of slanted. I don't know if it's meant to be a storytelling thing or just to add visual interest.
I don't know. I would ask you that question because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd have to read the story there, like to be specifically like to kind of understand what they're doing.
It's so like I'm tempted to think it's similar to, and I'm probably wrong about this, but when you think of the old Batman TV show, Batman '66, how every time they did a scene with villains, the camera was in Dutch tilt,
Oh,
and like so they're showing how crooked the bad guys are, and almost everybody in the story is crooked. So maybe it's that simple. I don't know.
okay, could be.
And believe it or not, before I stopped drawing, I could draw a horse pretty well. But if I tried to do it now, I don't know. This is a simple front-on shot of the horses, but still looks pretty good. They capture the motion pretty well. This guy's hair blowing back from the wind. What hair he has.
Like every time, like when they're wearing the cowboy hat and they put the screen tone that wraps around the nose there.
Like right here?
Yep, yeah, and
Yeah.
at the bottom there too. It's
Oh yeah, this one is even more obvious.
so. It's just really gives you the like you. Everything else is like in white, but it really makes it feel like harsh sun.
Yeah, and the beads of sweat help with that too. You can. I've been in this position so many times. I can like feel the wet hat band on my forehead when I look at it. In fact, I've already had a few days like that already this year. And this guy is like, again, look at the, in very minimalist lines, they made such a distinctive face here.
Do you wear a cowboy hat around? But
No, but I have an actual Mexican sombrero.
Ah.
Like with the, and I wear it like when it's really hot outside because it keeps my head in the shade somewhat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still hot, and my sweat soaks into the hat band and stuff. It's all dirty and stuff now, but I mean, it does its job.
I have a wide brim Tilly hat that I use for working around the yard and stuff.
What kind of hat?
Tilly, Tilley. It's like a hiking hat.
Huh. I've probably seen it before. I just don't know it by that name. What you really need is a pith helmet.
A pith helmet?
Yeah. Just
Well,
kidding.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
what
why.
that is.
You don't know what it is?
No.
It's like the British when they were stationed in tropical areas. You know, when they had a bunch of colonies overseas, they wore, and when they went on safari and stuff, they wore these pith helmets. You'd recognize it if you saw it.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
British.
Here's that shade under the eyes again too, or shade under the hat brim with the beads of sweat. It's how do we say it? Visceral. And so he drags this guy back to
the guts. That's what viscera is. The guts, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because when you eviscerate somebody, it's all the same root word, the guts. They got a pin up there of a biker dude.
This is really super cool. That looks like some kind of science fiction pistol right there with a shoulder brace on it. But he's got a Harley. It looks like maybe another post-apocalyptic scenario, which I think there's a lot of potential in that genre. It doesn't have to be grimdark, in my opinion. I love the Road Warrior, which people on Substack were talking about today, and me as well. So that's issue 1, but I mean,
nice.
There's that, and there's this one, like a typical Vietnam scenario. Well, not typical because he's got a nurse or some kind of female along with him. In that scenario, so it's the covers somewhat. They like to go with these babes with guns covers, but the covers give you a hint, at least, that there's so many different genres represented in these magazines.
How does this go 8 issues and some trash, stupid, dumb book goes like 85 issues?
I know, right?
I don't understand. Like, somebody explain it to me.
I can't, and that's why I was heartbroken when they stopped this. I was like so, and actually that leads me to something. I'll show you. I'll keep showing these covers here.
Bro, email me your address. You need some better bags and boards than that, bro. What are you doing? This is
I found what I could.
Sin.
I know, right? Oh, this this character was introduced later in the series. Like this, I'm not sure if this was the first one where he showed up. It's like second to the last one that I have. But it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, you know,
Those biceps.
loner hero guy. But he's got his little daughter that he takes around with him everywhere, and she's holding a grenade here on the cover. Oh, and his name is T. Bane. I wonder, I can't remember when Dixon created the Bane character. But, I mean, I know it's a word. It means like something that's...
A problem.
Yeah.
A persistent
And then here's
problem.
issue 8, and shame on me, look at that. So it got damaged somewhere. I don't know if I got it that way or if it happened while I was trying to rescue my comics from the flood. But, so she's Halo jumping out of I'm not sure what aircraft this is supposed to be. But of course, all around Fort Bragg, you saw images like this everywhere.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like as an epilogue, and we can look inside any of these you want if we have time. But I did want to mention this because this book, I bought this my very first crowdfund. Well, my very first crowdfund was when Archaven was on Indiegogo, and they completely funded, and I was a backer, and after they completely funded, they got canceled. So this was my second ever crowdfund, because when I heard the word crowdfund, I always thought about GoFundMe and all these charity crowdfunds. Someone raising money to pay for their wedding or something. So I didn't realize I was totally ignorant about it. So anyway, this was only my second attempt to do one, and I got it because it appealed to me in so many ways. First of all, the title, giant-sized two-fisted manly tales. How can you go wrong with that? And then if you look at the layout here, the graphic design, it's so much like the old Marvel tabloid-sized specials.
Yeah.
So that got my attention. And of course I knew, Mike Barron and Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan, guys you've heard of, did this. And I was thinking, yes, this is awesome. Maybe this will be like Savage Tales, only in color. And then I bought it. I bought two versions for some reason. There was an alternate cover that I also bought. Which I should probably sell on eBay or something. But I was just pretty disappointed with it. It didn't... the artwork's great. But I just didn't get invested in the characters or anything. They didn't capture the magic that Savage Tales did for me, in my opinion.
Wow, it's a tall order, man. Those are amazing books.
It is, yeah. You're right. But I could do it. If I had all the time in the world.
What kind of ads are in the back?
Oh, let's see. AXA, your next adventure is ready. See, I never even saw one of these. So we have rugged barbarians, bold knights, dashing women, dangerous situations in store for you.
Okay, so it's like more books, like other books.
Yeah, well, maybe another anthology magazine.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's got some Will Eisner books here on sale. They're advertising.
Okay, so
American
advertising
Flag
books.
graphic novel. I have some of the original American flags, like the floppies. Stephen King, Cycle of the Werewolf. Beowulf graphic novel. So then this was, I think, 85. This was 85, so this stuff was available then. But I've never seen it. If I could go back now and had more money to buy stuff, there's so much I would like to get from back
What's
then.
this pistol? They're selling a pistol or something?
This one?
Yeah.
That's advertising American flag. The Howard Chaykin.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
It's all
just,
books.
I don't know why they put that in there. And here they got a sword, for the Beowulf graphic novel.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. Pretty
Prince
interesting
Valley.
stuff, man. This is a great pick. Amazing pick.
yeah, glad you like
Yeah.
it, man. I'm so I'm so stoked about this magazine. Every so often I go back and reread them. You know, after I've spent enough time that I forgot everything. I don't
never
remember
heard of
everything.
this. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was such a short run. It had such potential. I was, man, they could have, if they never got woke or anything, I would have kept buying. You know, I'd still be buying it. I'd be their like most loyal fan to this
Yeah.
day.
Savage Tales. I can that's electric guitar. That's what I hear.
Well, yeah, you kind of get that feel, don't you?
The whole thing,
Yeah.
man. It's like screaming guitar solo.
Yeah,
Cool. Awesome.
love it. Oh, and that first story, Fit to the First. I've
Yeah.
heard this. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that the comic book, the Nom, came about because this was so popular, and they stopped making these magazines. So they said,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
have to dig around, see what happened with this book. What's the story? Why it got canceled and all that.
yeah, that would be interesting. I actually should have done that, really, but yeah, I'd like to know the inside baseball on that.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
when you see Chuck Dixon's name on here, I think he was still going by Charles Dixon or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Let's wrap this one up. Thanks everybody for joining us. That was a great one. Excellent pick, Henry.
thank you.
See you in the next one. God bless.
Night night, y'all.